Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Scribble Time with Panda. I'm your host, Nolan Lee, and today's theme is going to be ocean. So anything relating to the ocean or the water, what have you, that will be today's sketch session. So feel free to post your suggestions in the chat. I'll be reading those, and let's get to drawing. All right. Good morning, everyone. Hope you are enjoying the are enjoying the nice weather if you're in the Seattle area. Elsewhere, I'm not quite so sure, but it looks like everything is fine and dandy. So we already have our first topic, and it's our first suggestion, and it's from Hans, and it's the Titanic. Oh dear. Okay. Well, let's let's draw this out. So here we go. So I think the iconic look of the Titanic is, I don't know, maybe I should just draw the Titanic pre iceberg. Yeah, how about we do that? Let's do. It's kind of funny how years later you can actually kind of sort of joke about certain mass catastrophes. So here we have, let's see. So the Titanic itself is a pretty iconic ship. Obviously, it was built touted as an unsinkable ship, which as we all know now, there's no such thing as unsinkable anything. Usually when anyone tells you that there's something that's unsinkable or unbreakable or earthquake proof or what have you, that's not necessarily true. It only means that it's designed to a certain extent. Here, let's go like this. I'm trying to think of the composition. So the way, what I mean by composition is when I think about a piece, I usually think about, this is what usually pops in my head. It's like a little rectangle. I'm trying to think of what to do, and I think usually I think of like a simple composition where I'm just kind of putting together little ideas for the piece, and so I'm just trying to understand how to do these tiny sketches. I'm just trying to figure out the idea, but try to figure this part out without having to go into too much detail, because it gets pretty expensive and pretty frustrating if you start off with a lot of detail right away. So if you think about like the general idea, this is what I'm thinking about here. So I'm just doing a tiny sketch. This is only like 1.5 inches or 2 inches wide, and so you can kind of get an idea just how small you have to sketch and how loosely you have to sketch. So here I have this idea, and I'm just gonna go through with it. So I'm just gonna do a thumbnail right here. And here will be the Titanic. So I think I'm gonna go with this idea. I also see someone saying, "Zap, you want a Panda waterboarding, but not the FBI." Oh my! You guys are my kind of crowd. I like it. So let's switch brushes here, and let's do the Titanic where. Let's actually draw the whole ship. The whole ship is, I'm kind of getting a good vibe from that. So actually the whole ship looks something like this. Let me just grab, I have a reference off screen. It looks something like this, where it's the largest ship ever made at the time. So it's a great feat of man's innovation. And usually it's always like a cautionary tale. You see the story a lot throughout movies and books and TV, where it's like it's a certain type of story where man becomes overly confident in the things that they make, and they put all their hope and trust in this thing that they're trying to make, and eventually that thing that they make ends in their demise. So you see it in stories like Metropolis, you see it in you see it with the Titanic. Let's see what other stories are like that. Other stories where there's catastrophes brought about by human arrogance. Trying to think of them in my mind right now a bit. So usually and then there's this port right here. So we'll have Pandas like, maybe we have a panda drinking. we're just going to draw a bunch of pandas just eating and it's going to eat a sandwich. And we're going to make this, actually we're going to do this a little bit cartoony. So okay, we're going to go, we're going to kind of make the proportions of the boat feel a little bit cartoonish. So we're going to exaggerate some things. So I'm going to just this won't be nearly the size of the Titanic, but it will have some parallels. So I'm going to do I'm just going to do a bunch of distracted pandas who are not seeing what the giant iceberg that's here. So, and the smokestacks are pretty iconic. I'm going to put 4 here just to kind of give that look of them. This is a movie that was very popular back in the day. Speaking of which, we can do we're gonna do a little call out here. Do a little call out to the movie. Okay, so there's that part right there, and then the rest is just drawing and filling this up with more pandas, because really that's all we have to do. Sometimes you get little guide wires here. I try to draw them really thin so that they don't distract away from what's actually the actual details, because we don't want to make it look like these things are rectangular, because we want to make these feel like they're solid. Okay. And then we have more pandas. So basically we just do a little panda party just to zoom in a little bit, just to show you guys some more detail. Maybe we have some pandas that are dancing. Music. Maybe we have the orchestra too. The orchestra's also got to be in there too. So let's do some other let's see some other topics for ocean. What else would you guys like to see? As I'm drawing this, feel free to post it in the chat below. Okay, so then we got also a base here. put some musical notes to kind of show that it's music. That's a little cheat. Maybe we have a panda up here who's just napping. Or maybe we'll have the captain up here. Or maybe we have him not paying attention. Maybe someone's giving him a beard. Someone's like, maybe there's another panda that's like, hey, check this out. Look at this picture of my little baby, my little baby. Or look what. Did you see what's going on Twitter? And he's like, no. And then next thing you know is iceberg right ahead. Let's see, I'm trying to draw something. It's really tiny right here, so I'm having a little bit of trouble trying to draw these tiny pandas. Of course, this is also the hole itself is very dark. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to shade it really dark just to get that out of the way. Make it all dark. And I could do I'm in Photoshop and I could do a paint bucket, but I just like the texture of just drawing it in yourself. It leaves these little white gaps sometimes that kind of add a little bit of character to it, so you don't have to have your thing perfectly black. Otherwise it looks like that and it doesn't seem quite as cool. So I'm always going for texture. I'm always going for something that doesn't feel quite so like it's still made by hand, even though I'm drawing in the computer. Naturally, by drawing by hand, you're already adding that human component, but the thing with doing digital drawing, if you're drawing on a tablet or an iPad or a Wacom, what have you, it's more to really do it well. You have to make it look like it has all the defects of, you know, as if you're drawing in real life. That's kind of what gives your drawings a lot of character. Because if you just put down flat colors, it may work in some applications. I'm not saying it's a hard, fast rule, but if you're doing things like drawing gestures or trying to replicate what you're drawing, what you're trying to create on a piece of paper, then it becomes a bit, you need to add a little bit more work and a little bit more smudges and just ways to just make it feel more organic. So like, for example, when you take a picture with a photograph, so back in the day, when they used to have cameras that would have film, and if you would take this picture in your camera and it would open up the lens just very briefly and shine a bit of light onto this piece of silvered film, and the silver would oxidize. So basically, you would take that film, go into a dark room, douse it with chemicals, and basically at the end you would just get this etching of an image on your negatives or on your film. And so because of that, if your image that you're creating on your camera is really small, so to make it big, they put it into like a projector and shine it onto photo paper. And so actually when you zoom in onto film, you'll notice that there's actually some imperfections in there. There's this what you call grain, and some people don't like grain. I like grain because kind of gives that interesting look to it that only film can provide. Now, digital can in some ways do it, but it's not quite the same. Okay, so I'm just gonna add more pandas. Okay, so I see some more suggestions for ones for otter hydro boots. Okay, jet skis to propel themselves. Okay, all right. Add a couple more. Gonna have some more pandas eating and drinking. Sometimes when you're doing a piece like this with multiple characters, sometimes it's nice to have some, just like action and reaction. So for example, like I'm having this panda kind of look at the dancing pandas over here, and you see that there's just, maybe you have a panda out here who's just kind of like, just chilling out. Maybe you have another panda that's just napping. And all this kind of adds a lot of richness to your drawing. Maybe he's just napping. Or maybe we have a panda that's napping up here. Add some Z's. Maybe I have some pandas looking down from the upper levels. Actually, let's change this panda. He'll be like, wait. He's like, maybe he's the only one that actually sees what's going on. He's like, uh-oh. Iceberg right ahead. Then we can show maybe how big this iceberg really is. And then to draw on water, sometimes it helps to do this where you're just adding little reflections. So in this case it's all dark, so I'm just going to add little lenses. Oh! My son is my son just startled me because he's just right outside the window here. Hi, Kason. Yeah, we're working. Okay, so there's your Titanic right there. Maybe add some windows. And there's also some windows in the hull as well. So let's do. I'm cheating here because I'm using my eraser. If you're at home, it might be a little bit more tough to do that. So I recommend just using like if you have like a white marker of some sort. So anyways, there's our Titanic. Let's move on to the next one. So we have a Panda waterboarding. Not the that type of waterboarding, but different type of waterboarding. Let's see. I don't know if this is actually gonna like show up. We'll do this. We'll do surfing on a board. How about that? Like we can call it that. So I think it's like, if I remember right, I think a water board is like, you're literally on a piece of board, and you're okay, so now we have him here. Maybe we have his hands here, and then so this is our ocean theme. So if you guys, anybody who's joined the chat just recently, we are doing the theme of the ocean. So we already have Titanic, and now we have a now we're just gonna have a panda surfing on a piece of wood in the water. All right, let's change that line here. I think that line is acting a bit weird. And do some splashes of water here. So I guess it's kind of like a sled, sort of. Maybe. Well, I can always say this is not my idea. But I'll try my best to do it without doing the more well-known version of. Yeah, let's see. All right, and then we have like. Now drawing the ocean is a little bit tricky. There's ways to do it because it can be a lot. It can be a little bit what's the word? Not scary, but it's it can be a little bit challenging for some people to figure out how to attack it. And the way I would always approach it is like try to figure out a way to simplify the what you see and try not to always get captured. Wrapped up with just trying to get all the details, just get like the general feel of it. So here it's like this is the panda's on a wave, and I always try to do like a simple side and a less simple side. So this is so you see like with my waves here. Right, this is my horizon line, right? So then here could be the sun. It's a nice day to go at the beach. Sometimes doing these little V's of birds is kind of a nice touch, just to kind of make it feel like, oh, he's not. He's not like all by himself in the ocean, but you know, it looks like he's having fun. You know, we can add a little bit of land, maybe palm tree or two, just to make it feel like. So here, anyways, there's our quote-unquote waterboarding panda. Oh wow, we got a lot of suggestions right now. Here we go. Let's try to get these quick. Panda with hydro boots, the ones that they use to jet ski to propel themselves. Not sure if I see those. See, jet ski, hydro boots. I think I might know what you're talking about. Let's see here. Excuse me. So I'm trying to figure out what this. Oh, I see. Okay. All right. So hydro boots are these things where I think we're kind of getting out of the water here. But hydro boots are like these. It's like a thing you can get out of vacation or something like that. Let's change that expression. But basically, it's like these boots that you attach to. There's like a hose that attaches to this platform that you stand on, and basically it's kind of like a surfboard with a hose attached, and the hose sprays out all this water, and basically launches you into the air. So you're I think about like this. I think that's what they are. Basically, you strap on these boots. And I think there's like this thing here. And I think there's like these water cans. So basically these water cans like just shoot out all this water. Okay. Let's clean this up a little bit so you guys can see what I'm trying to draw. Maybe he's a little bit more tentative here where he's like, oh, what's going on here? Trying to maintain his balance some more. go. Then I think there's this big giant hose that goes like, it's kind of awkward. Weird. It looks really awkward, but I guess it's something that works. So, or maybe we'll put the tube. We'll put the tube over here. Let's go. Tube needs to be a little bit bigger. Hold on, I have to figure out how this tube fits in here. I think it actually fits in on the bottom side if I remember right. Okay. Oh, sorry, got our thing mixed up here. I think it can actually connect to the platform at the base. So. Let's try this. Let's go put it right here. And we'll make it dark so it's a lot easier to see. Okay. Alright, so that's our Hydro Boot Panda. Let's move off to the side. Then we can get to the other ones here. We got a lot to go through. So my mom would like otters, please. Well, okay, otters. Well, let me just skip ahead. Or actually, let me do a quick otter. An otter, I've done otters before. And usually otters are like given bigger noses. They got whiskers. They always like to be in the water. Otters are pretty cute. So. So this is the way I make the panda feel like he's underwater, is by hiding some of his details. So I don't draw his arms all the way, but I only cut them off halfway because the bottom of it is in the water. Like so. So that's how you draw an otter. Maybe he has a little clam, because they like to eat clams and oysters and all that good stuff. Let's put another one there for context. Because sometimes it might not be apparent what he's holding. So you add other things around him to kind of give an idea of what he's actually holding. Let me give him a bigger box of gloves like that. There we go. Okay. Alright. Let's skip ahead. I'm going to go, since I've done some people's requests, I'm going to do Panda surfing on a whale. Okay, we're gonna move otter over here. Let's see. Let's make this one. Let's make this a bit. I'm gonna turn the give you guys a few more seconds to draw this one. I'll get started on this one. This one. So sometimes like I'll do thumbnails if I can't figure out something, and sometimes some ideas are just already in my head. So in terms of what I want it to look like. So I'm gonna. This one is definitely going to. Definitely feels like I kind of know what it's gonna look like. So basically, all right, I'm gonna turn off the otter. 3, 2, 1. Pencils down. Okay. All right. So this one's gonna look like this, where gonna move this over. All right, then we have that. Then we have our panda up here. Actually, I'm gonna do this where I'm gonna have the panda look up like so. Change his arm. I'm trying to do a surfing pose. Let's see. Let's make him a little bit bigger. I think I need to raise him just slightly, like so. Okay, then we have that. And we do like a whale tail. It's pretty big, like so. Is there a wave here? Shrink this down just slightly here. Let me clean this up a little bit. So this is what, just to kind of give you guys an idea of what I'm looking at. Because sometimes it's like drawing all of this can be a bit messy. So I'm just trying to figure some of this out because I don't draw whales that often either. This is going back to what we were talking about yesterday when someone gave me a stagecoach to draw, and I never drawn stagecoach before. Let's make his mouth a bit more prominent so that that shows up. Okay, Panda surfing a whale. That seems like it's let's make this wave a little bit bigger too. Maybe we can just go like all right. So we have our surfing whale. Okay, next would be a Panda hammerhead shark. So a hammerhead is pretty simple. Oh, sorry, let me keep that whale on while I look this up. Now a hammerhead shark. Okay, 3, 2, 1. All right, now we're gonna go to Panda hammerhead shark. I'm gonna make them pretty fat and chubby like that, because that's the way we draw our pandas. And sharks, they kind of have like a tail similar to this, where it's a little bit sharper, smaller on the bottom. And then we're gonna go like this because he's a fat panda. Okay, then we're gonna add maybe some other. We gotta add the dorsal fin. Gotta have the dorsal fin. Okay, this is gonna be interesting because I have never drawn this before, but there's a first time for anything. So Grayson, trying to. Oh boy, this looks weird. This is looking goofy. What is this? Grayson, what are you doing? Or no, this is Timothy. Timothy, why'd you do this? Why'd you pick this subject? This is getting challenging to draw. Okay, then we're gonna do our little I don't know, does he wear gloves? Do you think he wears gloves? This type of. Here, we'll give him little sleeves. How about that? Okay. Thanks, Timothy. That was a little bit challenging. Okay, then we'll do the little panda thing there. We can change some of these fins to be more dark, like a panda. Add that. Then maybe color in the tail a little bit so that it fits in with the black and white theme. Interesting. Oh, I also gotta add the gills, because sharks are fish, so they need their gills. Let's put them down here. Okay. A whale surfing on a panda. Grayson, what are you doing? Let's see. Okay, let's do. Audrey is requesting a dolphin. Panda dolphin. Let's just leave that hammerhead shark up there for a little bit. And a dolphin. Which is interesting to me was like dolphins and sharks are kind of the same. Or I mean, they're kind of enemies of each other. Okay. Actually, okay, we're getting pretty close to our time, but I'm gonna try to fit in this dolphin because will be a very chubby dolphin. Okay. Their dorsal fins kind of look like sharks, but they're actually a little bit curved. Pretty much if I'm just drawing these sharks and fishes as pandas, I might as well draw an orca. That's kind of like the panda of the sea. And unlike sharks, dolphins are not fish, right? They're mammals. So they don't have gills, but they need it. And they also need air to breathe. Alright, there's a dolphin. Alright, for you guys. The dolphin was not too bad. Okay, let's just do... I have time for one more. How about we do a panda puss? Well, I kind of did like a kraken a couple days ago, so... Maybe we can draw... panda girl jumping into the water with a octopus. How about that? Well, three-wheel paddle boat bike. Ooh. These bikes are a little bit complicated. How about let's just turn off the hammerhead here. Let's do one last one. So three-wheel water bike. What does those look like? Oh, okay, I see. All right, how about this? How about we draw one of these where we just draw the water bike. So I'm going to combine a couple of them. So we'll draw a water bike. I'm not sure how this is going to turn out, but it'll be really quick. Let's just do a really quick one. Okay, so this is in the water. Usually they have like, these are the things that you see at camps. I'm going to combine that with We'll have this one with Petunia. Okay, I said it would be fast, right? Okay, I'm gonna try to draw fast. There's no sound effects on this one, as far as I know, but oh yeah, because they got a pedal. Yeah, all right, got a pedal. It's gonna be kind of weird because see, this is the part that I have to figure out the mechanics of it. So let's just go like this. Usually there's like this. Let's put the other big wheel in here too. Okay, gotta keep going, gotta keep going. We're running out of time, folks. Got other things to do, but really appreciate you guys tuning in. If you guys like what you see, for those of you guys who are tuning in for the first time, my name is Nolan Lee. I am an independent artist based in the Seattle area. Stuck at home like everybody else, but I'm making the best of it. And this is a free show that I've been doing on weekdays where I draw for fun, take requests from people. I forgot this one announcement. So tomorrow I'm gonna actually redraw some of your art. So if you guys are want to see your art drawn over by me or redone in my own way, feel free to tag your post with Punching Pandas or Punching Pandas Scribble Time, and then you guys can, and I'll check on the link and be able to bring some of those drawings to some of those ideas to life on tomorrow's stream. So get your drawings ready and we'll have fun. So be sure to try to send them in early so I can get time to look at them, and then you guys can yes. So then we got splash like that, splash like that. So this is like a 3-wheel more bike, and then we'll throw. So some weird octopus in there. So, let's see. Put the suction cups there. Actually, maybe I'll make this whole thing black. Like so. I like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden in the shade. Okay, well, that looks like our scribble time is done. Thanks again for for hanging out. Really appreciate it. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe, tell your friends about it, and so we can get more fun suggestions and ideas. Always feel free to message me with anything that you guys would like to see on the show. I'm always listening, taking new suggestions, and just trying to give you guys a fun time and a good program too. So with that said, let me just finish up this last bit. I said this is a quick sketch, right? Yeah, it's taking me a lot longer than I'm hoping it would. Let's see this. Let me petunia a little bit like that, and then let's put like a line here showing the other wheel like that. Okay. Yeah. Put some shadow underneath there. Okay. With that said, thanks again, guys, for your for hanging out with me for this last hour. And like I said, feel free to check out the links in the description below. And if you guys would like to see more topics or different things that you would like for me to draw, feel free to comment or post in the comments below. And thanks again. And let's enjoy the weather, enjoy your day, and hopefully stay safe and healthy. So talk to you guys later. Cheers.